What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm not going to go much into detail here. We're just going to do like a quick before and after, because one good thing is that Landlords actually going to be swapping out all the windows for new windows. Should make a big difference up here. There's no AC, so for one, they're going to be triple pane windows, and that should help with the heat and everything. And then for two, half the windows are either broken or don't have a screen, or just really need replacement. So we'll give some quick before and after, and then probably try and get started on garage stuff soon. No screen on this one, and I had I don't know, a ton of Velcro and stuff in there, and it's dirty on the inside. Same with this one. Also the blinds are we were taking all the blinds down, but these things are so dirty.
Yeah.
You want some iced tea?
He's asking you.
You want some?
Thanks very much, appreciate
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
I just put them here. There's more in the fridge on the top shelf.
Thank you.
You want me to
Appreciate
do
that.
then?
So in order to cut the blinds down to size, I'm literally taking my grinder to them, cutting the tops and bottoms, and then going through all of the actual lined pieces with shears to fit them back in the new windows, because the new windows are just slightly smaller and don't fit the blinds like I mentioned. But yeah. Windows have claimed their first victim. Did a suey on the window. Bag 'em and tag 'em. Poor birdie. Oh well. Yeah, but I don't know. Oh. Wow. All right, so finally we're gonna get started on the garage. I'm gonna start with that wall over there, because that's mostly the wall that I've been seeing all the mice and stuff. in and around, I'm gonna start by just pulling all the boards and stuff off the wall. Like I have a couple things leaning, but like literally those boards and stuff are like all screwed into the wall. So we'll start with that and see what needs to be patched up and go from there. First things first, also, I'm gonna pull the car out of the garage and then kind of rearrange some of my pile of stuff in the middle, throw some tarps over it so that when I'm working with the walls or like pulling down all the stuff, I don't get a bunch of dust and crap in all my stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And then once I have all the new shelves and stuff built, all this stuff will get like dispersed and organized and will be a lot nicer. So mice have definitely been hanging out in here. This is literally like the poison stuff. So they like brought that back and crumbled a bunch of it up apparently. So yeah, I don't know what's in here that they would have wanted to get into, but we'll see. I'm gonna throw on some gloves and then see what's in there. One thing that I don't know is like, if they've eaten this much poison, how is it still alive? Honestly, makes no sense. Like, one buddy, I left him in there because he got caught and he died in there. But like this other one just like keeps like, how is it surviving off poison? Is it like adapted? Adapt and overcome. Strongest mouse ever. Three brackets the same size and one small one. Like, how do you build stuff like that? I don't get it. That's why it's coming down. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out of 9 screws, only 2 of them were actually into a stud. Nice. I think this is like a BB in the wall, or like a pellet gun or something. Yep. Crazy shit happening in here. Okay, so got the wall cleaned off and I threw some spray foam in this crack because it was just like wide open and not really sealed. The other thing I did is that there's a hole down in there where I seen a mouse run into, so I also put a bunch of spray foam in there and then stuff some steel wool in the front. And then I'm gonna actually like wipe down this wall and try and drywall like that upper corner and fill a bunch of holes, and then basically we'll paint this wall. Looking good. There's definitely like, I don't know why like those boards and stuff were screwed to the wall, just like covering up, like that could have just been cleaned off the wall, but not sure. Yeah, so I'm just gonna grab a couple things and then come back and continue on the wall. There's the mouse getting in from under the stairs. I mean, oddly cute. Okay, so I'm gonna like wipe down the walls now and clean them, and then I'm just gonna trim the excess spray foam that kind of came out of there now. I'll just cut it down with I don't know, like literally probably just my drywall knife. And then I'll start doing drywall stuff. I'm going to fill that corner up there and fill a bunch of holes and spots and things, and then I guess we need to sand it a little bit probably after that, and then we can paint. So I'll do like this side and this like angled corner wall probably together, and then once I finish these, then I'll kind of move on to like the other half of the garage and all that stuff. So I threw some sandpaper on a block, and literally a block, 2x4, and I'm just gonna go over sand some spots down, and then start filling the drywall after that. So there's also a couple bigger spots, like this one is like a pretty big hole kind of caved in the wall, and then this one's a bit smaller, so I got a couple of these like wall patch things that I can put in there, and then I can drywall over it. So it's like it's almost the same thing as like the body panel mesh stuff, but it can just like stick over the hole, and then you just like drywall over it after. So that's what I'll do for those bigger holes. Other than that, all the smaller holes are just going to be like filled with drywall mud. And so yeah, I guess it's time to start drywalling. I definitely need more light in here to be doing this, so I'm gonna set that guy up. Much better. I should have filmed this before I started cleaning, but for reference, the whole door pretty much looked like that before. And you can see the line where I've cleaned up to. But yeah, like scrubbed the whole door down. Looks much better also. I don't know how it got that dirty ever. But yeah, so almost got the door clean also. Decided to do that while I waited for the drywall for the mud to dry up. All right, probably gonna call it for this one. I went over some spots a bit more. This wall was like really bad. I've gone like back and forth on it like 3 times I feel like, and I keep finding more spots that can be filled or leveled out. So I cleaned up the inside of the door. I think I showed already it was like really bad before. But I also, there was a big gap like along the bottom here that I filled. Probably that's gonna take a while for that mud to actually dry because like it's really thick. Same with up at the top there. I guess I was just trying to, I don't know what it's called. Like I was trying to like backfill the corner because tomorrow I'll probably continue. I'll probably actually use like the paper tape and do an inside corner along that whole edge, just to make it nice and actually clean it up. Pretty much that's it. I think that's the only thing left for this wall, is just to do that inside corner all the way along the top, and then I'll sand and stuff and see if anything needs to be filled anymore after that. But I think for now it looks pretty good. Like, but there's like so many spots. Even just looking from here, you can see like I've damn near plastered like the whole wall because there's so many holes and like divots and things that need to be filled for it to be clean. Might be a little overkill for a garage wall, to be honest, but I want it to look really nice and look really clean afterwards. So yeah, so that's probably it. I'll just continue with this in the next video. I want to get like at least within the next like 2-3 days, I want to finish all the drywall. I'll pull like these shelves down and stuff like those. I'll get all that down and then I'll finish all the drywall on all the walls, and I want to get the whole thing painted within the next 2-3 days, and then probably within the next, like, I don't know, in another week or 2, then I'll start building the shelves and stuff. Hopefully I'll be finished the garage within the next kind of week or 2, and we'll go from there. Definitely gonna be a good change though in here. Like the wall is turning out really good so far. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.